Pearlo's house of Larry's, Jaime's NHL Takes Frolic. And I didn't go on last night. No, because I had to get all my 14 naps in for this day. What? Holy crap. We'll be going over all the trades, of course. Larry's coming on here in a bit. Don't worry, Larry will be here. He's going to talk about his Ottawa Senators and how them acquiring Eklund. Just a little sneak peek. I like that trade. We of course got the Byram to Chicago deal and Kyrou to it was 4 trades. Yeah, that's right. Kyrou to Washington and Nemec to the Calgary Flames. Wow. And apparently catching on my Twitter that this is going to be like this all summer. There is a lot of action going to be going on this summer. Why? I'll wait till people. I'm not like we'll talk about other things, but why is all this trade action going on? Well, first of all, there's the lack of free agents. I think is a big thing, and another thing that there's Larry there. And another thing is I don't know. I've been listening to a lot of scouts, and everybody has their different ideas on what this draft is like. The the majority that I listen to, anyways, have said that it's not like a super awesome draft. Not that you're not going to find NHL players, just not a lot of high end talent in this draft. A lot of 5'6" guys, second pair, stuff like that. And basically, 1-2 is huge. The third pick being probably Malhotra, I think they're talking about, would be a considerable step down. And then like a medium step down after that. Once you get past 8, 9, it really gets thin. So that's what I've been hearing. And going by the activity today, it seems to be that there are at least scouts within these organizations that kind of feel the same way. Larry. Wow. 4 big trades, bang, 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 bang. And
it's not even over yet.
Did we get another one?
Not yet, but apparently Connor Hellebuck could be on the move.
This fast, eh? Wow.
Yeah, there's a couple reports saying apparently he's honing in on Carolina.
Carolina makes sense. And I've had that in the back of my mind. Will Carolina finally go get an expensive goaltender?
I haven't seen anything about what the return would be.
It would be Bussy for sure. In that deal.
Yeah, I don't know.
Has to be Bussy.
But nothing confirmed. It's just
take a lucky guess. Bussy, Nadeau, and Nikishin. Plus something.
We'll have to see. It's definitely not Florida at this point. I don't think they can.
Florida can't swim. It's going to be Skinner.
Yeah.
Either that or they are signing Bob too. Like they're just talking him down right now. But
hey, Bob, I need you to get off whatever you're on, and you're gonna take this deal if you want to stay.
Yeah, I think they're looking at 5 or something like that for long or something. I don't know, but
I'd give them a 2-year deal max.
I don't think he's signing that.
Well,
he might sign a little less, but I don't think the term is going to change on what he wants.
I don't think Florida could give out another Brad Marchand kind of contract.
Well, I think they can because I don't think they're thinking about tomorrow too much. You know?
No, but like you have to remember these guys are going to be unmovable. So, like I can see like they're going win now and then whatever happens. We'll afterwards. I understand that part, but we'll see.
Marshawn will go on the IR or something, and then he'll
He'll just not exist anymore.
fade off into the sunset. Yeah, Bobrovsky
Just-
pretty much similar too. Yeah, they're going to give him 6 years and then say, "Look, when we don't need you anymore, you're injured." Whatever it is, get a doctor to say you're injured and you move on. And that's it.
Here you go, Marshawn. Here's the company credit card. Go on a 4-month bender. We'll see you another time.
Whatever you're gonna do. Yeah. So I guess I'm just trying to send this out here.
Yeah, a lot of change trades. But man, that Chicago one, what is going on?
Well, I guess we can start with that one, and I don't know why my live isn't showing up here, but
I got a notification, I think. Yeah.
what's going on live? Latest.
You're good.
Huh. It's not showing up for me to share for some reason.
You're disappearing.
When I look down, yeah.
So the universe is calling and the Larkin trade's dying, so you just start disappearing.
Why is this not showing up here? Live. No, nothing. On my phone, I'm not getting anything.
I think you're good.
Here we go. I got it.
So I opened it up. It was live.
I got it. So, okay, we'll start on that one. You know, we can talk about your Ottawa one later. I'll do a quick little thing on, and then I'll see what your take is on it. But I know Chicago's going to get absolutely slaughtered for this deal. But like I was saying when you came on, there are a lot of scouts that are saying that past 3, they're not too impressed. And I think that's once that Eklund trade happened, which we'll talk about with the Ottawa trade, I think that pretty much sealed the deal that San Jose was taking Stenberg. And I just don't think Chicago thinks there's much there that is going to help them, at least in the short term, at 4. So what do you think about that, dude?
I think I don't know what to think. I'm just like, why? Like, you could have got Bo Byram for a lot cheaper. I don't understand why. Like, where's the I captured one of the tweets here and I thought it was perfect. DJ Bean, sorry. Stop saying Bo and Byram got traded for the 4th overall pick. He got traded for the 4th overall pick and other stuff too. It's like, I think it's the best way I'd sum it up. It's like, how does this happen? Like, I feel like Ottawa's looks like a steal now.
Well, I would say that there were other teams in here driving the price up.
I guess, yeah.
LA was in on it. I know LA was interested. San Jose had some interest. They might have been throwing some stuff out there. Like you get a lot of people talking. Remember, there's no free agents out there.
No.
But with Byram, I put it out on Twitter as well. It all depends if your scouts are telling you that Byram showed that he's about to take off, that he started putting it together last year, and it looks like he's got his head right. This could work out very well for them. But I mean, you got to be pretty confident in that.
Like you have to be very confident
for that trade. You're going to 4th. The Crevier is a pretty solid young defenseman. He played against really tough competition last year, and he struggled a bit. But I mean, if you play him against lower lines, not so many elites, I think that guy has an opportunity to be a 2D, a second pairing. 6'8", Scott Skill. That's the one that blew my mind, and the fact that they took Greenway back. That's a bad contract. I think Greenway's a restricted, isn't he? Isn't he? Or isn't he? I wanted to look that up actually.
Greenway. Yeah, I don't think he signed. I think you're right.
He's a restricted or a free agent, one of the two.
Greenway. Well, I don't think they have it updated. Oh no, he's got one more year left.
Yeah, sure.
He's at $4 million. 1 year left. You're right.
He's got one more year left at 4. You're taking a bad contract too. That's a short contract, but still a bad contract nonetheless. Jordan Greenway is not very good. So, yeah, and a second and Crevier. I mean,
and that second's a pretty high second.
You better be darn confident that
it's a 45th second. That's not like a low end second. That's a pretty high second still too. Damn. I don't know. There's something I'm missing. I feel like I both.
Well, the only thing I think anybody is missing here is that people have been waiting for Byram to get his head to go with his skill, to get the toolbox in place, because his skill level is extremely good. He's a great passer, great shooter, great skater. I test out on the ice. That guy looks like he should be a top pair. Problem was he wasn't grasping placement on the ice, the positions, stuff like that. But he showed it last year in Buffalo that he was heading that direction. He just seemed to kind of pop in his head. So if the scouts think this guy's grasping something and he's going to take off, this could turn out to be a very good deal. A very good.
See, that's the part that doesn't get me. Like they don't have control on him. He's a UFA next year. He's a rental.
No, they know they're going to sign him. They're not doing this without knowing that they got signature to paper here. There's no way. No way. They know.
Well,
he wants the 10 mil or whatever it is. If they're doing this and they don't have pen to paper, I can't play devil's advocate at all with this.
That's why I'm like, ridiculous. Okay, Bo Byram was an RFA at least, or had a long-term contract at a good price, or I'm like, and I saw things that
in a couple days you're
10 million possibly. Like
you're going to hear the numbers in a couple days, or maybe even tomorrow.
I even seen them. Apparently, he could be getting as high as 10 million, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, that's right. That's why you got to believe this guy is a number one, because that's exactly what he's been saying ever since he was in Colorado. I want to be a number one. I want to be a number one. I want to be, and he gets the opportunity to do that here, although Vlasic is no easy guy to take out. That guy's a very underrated defensive player, young defenseman. So it's not like he's got a complete walk there. But,
yeah.
But again, the enticing part is if something has clicked, if he's figuring it out, if it just took a while for him to figure out the NHL game, and he's on the trajectory up with that skill level, this will look fine. But I would say you have to be damn sure of that. Like you got to really be confident that he's heading that direction with a deal like this. So it's ballsy. It's ballsy.
I'm still down from it. Like it's the 4th overall pick. This isn't a mid first, a top 4 pick.
Yeah. But like I said, there's many scouts that say that this draft is underwhelming.
But
people are projecting these guys way too high. A lot of guys. It's like it's an underwhelming draft. That there's quite a few scouts that will find out if that's true. If that's wrong, this is really bad.
Well, I literally have a thing. I went through and I got quotes from all different scouts on each single player, all the way the top 30. And I went through and all of them, like, yeah, like there's And I had the stats, everything. I went through it. I'm like, yeah, there's a lot of guys have really good potential here, but there's a lot of the same too. So it's like you got your top 3, I would say, and then it drops off at Malhotra. And then it's just like a steady decline. Like there's a lot of players that are kind of in the same boat. Like they could be on their ceiling is a top line player, but their low end is like middle or bottom 6, or bottom 6 or bottom pairing. So it's like I understand that, but there's a lot of guys with talent here. Like I don't think it's going to be that bad of a draft at all.
There's a lot of the guys I listen to, you don't hear too much, man. They're kind of like in the background type guys, and they just seem to be accurate quite a bit. And it's just like Reed looks. There's people saying that he's like could be a Schneider and stuff, and they're like not even close.
Really?
No, he's like a top 4. He might be a top 4. He's gonna take a couple of years. He's not gonna jump right in.
No, he's not gonna jump in the NHL.
One of the biggest things they're saying is, especially in junior, this was a really weak junior year in general. So the comp they were playing against was a lot lower, and it made a lot of players look better than they are. There's a couple guys that are really high on Verhoff. They say he's getting underrated because of his college numbers. But
yeah, Reed's not going to go to the NHL. He's committed to college.
Yeah, he's not going straight to the NHL.
Or wait, no. Is it college? I can't remember now. I know Malhotra's Boston University.
Oh, Rico is here.
Give me one sec here. I got notes upon notes.
Rico.
What up, fellas?
Good. We're talking about the Byram trade right off the get-go, and I was just talking about how I was finding it funny. I was listening to a lot of scouts that I like to listen to, and they were quite a few of them that were saying this draft isn't as strong as people think it is. It's actually on the weaker side, and there must be there must have been a lot of teams on the same level here as far as the way they're throwing away these top picks like the way they are. But I still say, regardless, Buffalo got a haul from Byram.
Yeah, I mean, he's that, and they didn't have the opportunity to move him into a top spot under decor, so he was going to be moved somewhere. So, yeah, I mean, they made a good move for him. Obviously, I think Greenway's another father figure type, Foligno type player, maybe that,
That's pretty much what that
just kind of
for the room.
Yeah.
For the room,
yeah.
But
yeah, it could be interesting, man. Byram on a different team. I mean, it was weird that Buffalo got him in the first place. I mean, it worked out good because they got him for Middlestat. So if you think of it, Buffalo turned Casey Middlestat into this now. So
there we go. Yeah, Chase Reed is committed to Michigan State next year, so he's not jumping into the NHL.
Good team.
You should see Michigan State. So they have Chase Reed committed, Ethan Belches, and a lot of American players. So that the Klepov, he's a big time goal scorer. They're 37, and then Jack Hextall, another big guy that's gonna go there, 6'1", 185. He's gonna grow in his body more. Like Michigan State's gonna be a freaking crazy this year. And then look at North Dakota. They got Vierhoff, Carls going there. Like some of these college games are gonna be fun to watch.
That Carson Carls, is that who you're talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Steve Ellis from Daily Faceoff has him going fourth in this draft.
Yeah, I honestly think if all things being equal, I honestly think he's going to a Canadian team, either Vancouver or Calgary. You come out and say, I want to win a cup with the Canadian team. You're probably going to a Canadian team. unless there's somebody out there who just thinks he's too much above everybody else to take.
Just a hard-working
But
player.
I think he's
just
going.
a guy that works his tail off.
Yeah, but he came out and said he wanted to win a cup with the Canadian team publicly. So I imagine he's telling his agents telling everybody, look, if you like him, really, really, really like him, go with it. But if all things being equal, he'd really like to go to a Canadian team. And that's usually what happens in those situations. So I think he probably goes to either Vancouver takes a shot at him, because they've had guys there that have left. I don't know if it was, but I mean, Miller didn't leave because he's American. He left because of the drama that was going on there. But so I don't know. I think it just screams Calgary to me. Carroll's or whatever his name is. Carroll's.
Yeah, I see the Pat McAfee show today. Welcome the Kachucks into Florida. Eh? You guys know Pat McAfee?
Oh, is that right?
Yeah. McAfee had the Kachucks on the show today, and I guess he was McAfee apologized. I don't know if he said it in a tweet or something, but he said something along the lines of, just bring all the American players back home type thing. So he apologized to Canada and to Ottawa and stuff for saying that. But he kind of made a quick joke about Brady and Matthew too, that it was funny that Matthew Tkachuk first came on and said, I had no idea this was happening, no idea it was happening. And McAfee's like, yeah, that's weird that all the camera guys were right there when it happened too. It's just kind of weird, like following you guys along or whatever. But yeah.
Although they were following his dad because of the Hockey Hall of Fame induction.
Yeah. Yeah, it's kind of funny how that all happened together too. Eh?
Yeah, it's just his quote today. I'm just like, I even sent it to Pearlo. I'm just like, I wonder if I can. Where is it? Yeah, it's like I sent him a thing saying, "Tell me you're lying without telling me you're lying." And then went to Chuck's quote today. Florida has always been the toughest games the last bunch of years. Just the way they play it, it shows. It's all about winning. I made this decision taking Matthew out of it. It wasn't about Matthew.
Oh yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, I think that's stretching it a bit, but
Matthew was involved in it.
I'm sure it has. If Matthew was on an absolute shit team, he wouldn't be going.
Or if Matthew Tkachuk was on Tampa,
it's not totally about Matthew.
Brady goes to Tampa if Matthew Tkachuk's on Tampa. If Matthew Tkachuk's on Tampa, that's where Brady's going.
Of course, because that's a good team. If he's on Vancouver,
yeah.
You mean Columbus? Like that'd be like the U.S. team,
or Columbus, or whatever, any shit team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, it's just. Yeah, it bothers me because it's just like in the media, you're saying those words never came out of my mouth. I've never said I wanted to leave here, and then literally 2 months later, you request a trade. It's just like.
You think he gets booed? You think he gets booed when he goes back home?
Are you saying that general managers, players, agents, and coaches lie?
Yeah.
It's coming from his mouth. Like,
so it doesn't matter. They all lie, dude. They're not going to come out. If they actually said what they were thinking, my
dude,
God.
It was so staged on the Pat McAfee show. Matthew Tkachuk's like, I had no idea this was happening. And, you guys were Brady told his agent to stay by the phone. It's going to happen probably within a couple days. Matthew Tkachuk's like, I have no idea. And, fuck.
Freak, you got Nick Kiprio's coming out saying that Larkin's preferred destination is Dallas. It's a load of shit. Him and Stevie Y are friends, and he's freaking talking. He said, hey, give me a bump here. I need a hand. There's not. He doesn't want to go to Dallas. What the hell are you talking about? That's ridiculous. So you got to read between the lines in the NHL. You always have been. If people give me tweets all the time, look, they said this. Well, read between the lines. Does that make sense to you? Is it logical? Mm-hmm. Just because somebody says it, just like Tkachuk, whatever he's saying there, he's not going to come out and say everything. He's going to make it sound. They've learned that they got to play the game. Otherwise, Their Twitter feeds are freaking crazy, and they're pissing off fans. They're all lying.
Yeah,
They're all lying.
because you don't read it online on social media. I mean, these guys talk amongst themselves in private and in person. Shit, like you don't have to just look for it.
I know, it's just blatantly, like, you can answer the question without answering the question. The problem I hate is he answered the question. And
well, what did he say? He said, "I've always."
Those words have never came out of my mouth. I'm committed to this team. I'm committed to this city. I'm committed to bring a championship.
I have been committed to this team. He said, "I have been committed to this team." They've never come out of my mouth. True, publicly, anyways. Yeah. I have been committed to this team. True, he has been. Now he's not.
It's all right. It's
so read between the lines. That's what he said. I have been committed to this team. Awkward situation, man. What do you expect him to say? Yeah, I'm leaning to leave.
Yeah, but
I'm leaning that way. I'd really like to go to Florida, but I'm just playing it out right now until I get there. What else is he supposed to say? Even if he says, I don't want to talk about it, that's going to send everything off into the freaking universe. So, yeah, it's tough, man. You got to watch what they say. That's why when you listen to interviews, players don't say nothing.
They're trained.
They don't say nothing.
They're media trained. They're trained by their agent.
They're media trained. They know exactly what to say.
Yeah, it just...
They've got agents telling them what to say, coaches telling them what to say, general managers telling them what to say. And if they don't say those things, they're just pissing everybody off.
Always.
So they're pretty much just puppeting everything they say. You go listen to Rhett Warner right now. Now that he doesn't have to say anything, that he doesn't have to puppet everything he's been told. Listen to what he says. That's what players actually believe.
Mike, I love listening to Mike Commodore's. I love listening to him talk about the days, and he's very, blunt. He doesn't care. Like, he'll call Mike Babcock fucking asshole and all this, and I love just when he tells stories and he'll tell you anything, and I love Mike Commodore. Yeah. Love him.
That's why Mike Commodore switched from team to team all the time. Because he had an opinion that he pissed people off. And that doesn't fly well with.
I just remember him and Jason York. They're on the show together, and they're just talking about. It's like when they're in Anaheim. They're like, he's like, "Colby, guess what? We're going to the NHL. We're going to be drinking and having fun." Because Babcock didn't like them there, sent them both down, and he's like, "It's going to be a year of partying, woo!"
Fly well. Yeah. Yeah. Anyways, what do you think of the Byram move there, Rico? I'll just tell you. I'll just say really quick, kind of what I thought. I thought Byram had a big bump last year. Everybody's been waiting for him to figure it out. Besides a skill level, to get his head to meet his body, to get the toolbox matched with the tools. And last year was the first year he looked like it. And if that guy is heading that direction, they might have just hit a gold mine here. But it's still, I'll just leave that for you.
Yeah, no, I love this move for Buffalo. I mean, Byron didn't steal anybody's job. He had the opportunity to when he was in Buffalo, when he got traded there. He could have stolen not Darlene's, but almost anybody else's maybe. And I mean, Jordan Greenway, he's took some stupid shit in the playoffs. He's one of those loose-headed guys a little bit. I mean, if you could throw him in there to get a little bit more value back in that deal, that's good to move on from him. I like it, man. Top 10 pick. Buffalo was expendable on the defensive end, so yeah, I love it. Do you think it's the number what overall? Number 9? Number 4. Dude.
And 45th.
Yeah, it's the number 9 that San Jose got. Sorry, I got mixed up. Yeah, no, the number 4 overall pick will be a better player than Byram.
I don't know.
That's what you got to ask.
Yeah, like I said, there's a lot of scouts that are pretty sour on this draft. Not that they're not going to be NHL players, but there's a lot of holes in a lot of these guys, and they're going to take a while, and they're a little unsure.
You're talking about holes. McKenna has holes in his game. Like, So
Absolutely, he
there's
does,
lots
yeah.
of players with holes. Just about, can you develop those players and fix those holes to make them more complete?
That's the question.
Who's
Like, do you think the
coachable?
number 9 pick? Do you think the number 9 pick will be better than William Eklund, or would you take the gamble on a 50-point two-way guy, William Eklund, at his age in Ottawa?
Well, I mean, we can move on to that
Sorry, I
one
didn't know you
too,
didn't
but
talk.
I just wanted. We will move on to
No,
that
I
one,
like
but I wanted to mention the big thing, the underlying thing that's not being talked about by too many people, I imagine, unless you really are a cocky geek. That Crevier kid is not too shabby, dude. That was a nice pickup by Buffalo. 6'8", the guy's got tools. He actually can play. And he was playing against top competition in Chicago. He was struggling with it, but not too bad. Not bad enough that you don't want to take him in that deal. Watch that guy. I'll just say that before we go on. I think that Crevier kid could be the freaking gold in this deal that really pushes it over to Buffalo. Depending on who they take at 4, if they trade that 4, I'm not really sure what's going to happen there. But,
Push it to Buffalo. I think they won without him even in the deal. Like, that's like putting a bucket of cherries on top.
It all depends on what they pick with that 4.
Well,
like, you don't know. If it's a weaker draft, like everybody says, and that 4 doesn't work, but the problem is Kekalainen is a freaking drafting genius. I don't think they're going to flub that 4. So it could look really bad for Chicago, no doubt about it.
You could get Caleb Ultra there, and then you got a center to play behind.
Yeah, Beniers type guy. I'm hearing like a Beniers type guy. Not the highest offense, but almost surely going to be really good 3-zone.
I wonder if you're the scouts that you're talking to, I wonder if they're saying this draft is not so good because so many guys committed to college already. Like, you always have those guys that are, especially in the top 10, they're like, I won't make that decision until after the draft, and I'll talk to the team that drafts me. A lot of these guys are very committed. They're just like, I'm going to college. Maybe that's why.
I just think you're going to see that anyways, but I'm just hearing a lot of holes in their game. In these lower guys' games that are, some of them might be insurmountable. Like, they're going to be guys that aren't going to reach their playing until like 3 or 4 years down the road. A lot of these guys, you're drafting for 3 or 4 years down the road with a lot of these guys. And Chicago, I think, is looking at it going, do we need another guy 3-4 years down the road, or are we going to take a swing here with Byram? And I was saying all year, I haven't seen Byram ever put it together like this, and I thought he wasn't going to be able to do it. Like, all the time that I've watched him, I was like, this guy's clueless out there. Amazing skill level. Like, not amazing might be strong, but really good skill level. And then this year it was like, boom, like, oh my gosh, he's carrying the puck when other players are when he's supposed to be. Like, before, he would carry the puck and start carrying the puck when his forwards weren't even ready to go. Like, he'd be ahead of everybody, and he'd overcommitted in the offensive zone. He'd play around with it too much in the offensive zone. He wasn't good positionally, and it just seemed to all come together this year a little bit.
Which is fair, but here's the part: is he's a UFA next year. So if he has an amazing year in Chicago, he's going to get bank. He's getting well over.
If they did this without a contract in pocket, there is no defending this move.
So if I'm Bo Byram, why would I be signing an extension already? Like, what happens if I'm going to Chicago and I can have a really good year? I can bump my number up another couple million, maybe. If
because you're not getting traded anywhere unless you do. That's why you're staying in Buffalo, because nobody's taking you if you're not, unless, well, I mean,
you're going to Chicago and you're going to be a top guy. You're like, I'm going to prove everybody that I'm going to be a top guy. I'm going to put up amazing numbers, and then if Chicago wants to pay me, sure. If not, somebody else will. If he flops,
you're going to get there. You're going to hear numbers in a couple days. If not, then fire the coach or fire the general.
Because he's going to be playing in the bottom decor in Buffalo this year if he stayed there. So they might have went to him and said, listen, you go to Chicago, they'll pay you. They're going to pay you more than we are. You're going to play more. They got a contract in place for you. We're going to trade you to Chicago. And this is what it looks like. It's going to come out in a couple of days.
We'll see. We'll have to see if they re-sign him, and if all the stars align, it could be a good deal. But if one of those conditions doesn't hit, like, you could end up with a guy at $8-9 million a season long term, and if he's a bust, you have a guy that's at, or you wait to sign him and he has a good season, and then he's outpriced you, or wants to go to somewhere else and get paid the same amount of money. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of ifs on that one. I don't think
the one that's not an if to me is that there's a deal in public.
If Byram's agent,
I would be absolutely
you want to play top
so...
6 minutes, you can play on the top pair in Chicago. We'll trade you there. They got a deal in place. If not, you're bottom 6 in Buffalo.
There's only like 3 teams that'll play in their top. We got Chicago. They're not going to take you until you work out a deal with them. Mm-hmm. This is an opportunity you've been looking for. You better grab it now at 10 mil for 8 or whatever they're offering. Otherwise, I don't know what to tell you. You're probably going to go to free agency and you're not going to get what you want. Mm-hmm. It's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah,
we'll keep you next year, and you'll go to free agency, or we'll try to trade you at the draft or whatever. If this is all the things you're telling us you want, this is it right here for you.
Who's his agent?
I agree with Rico.
Yeah, I don't know.
Your value will be higher, and you'll be playing top minutes. Like, you're going to be buried with us for another year here. Then you won't get the value you're going to get over there. You're willing to pull the trigger.
No, I understand that part. I just don't agree with the extension already being in place.
Oh, it has to be. It has to be. There's no way they're throwing that kind of capital out there on an if. No way.
He's not that good of a player, and they're not winning next year. So you got to have a long-term deal in place for Byram. It's not like you're trading a Quinn Hughes or something where you're going for the cup and he's becoming a free agent, and you're going to try and re-sign him. This guy is.
You can be assured that what's his name? What's his name there?
Kyle Davidson.
Kyle Davidson talked to his agent and to him and said, "Look, we believe in you. You're not there yet, but we believe you're heading that direction. We'll give you 10 for 8 for right now. If you don't want it, then we'll move on. But there is no way they're saying we're going to throw all these draft picks out on an if." Yeah. And if they are,
did Byram have trade protection?
That's like the worst move of all time.
I'm telling you, like, I feel like if I'm Byram's agent, I'm like, unless you're getting a really good number at 10, like, he'll be saying, yeah, sign that right away, 100%. He's like, you could blow it a knee this year and never play again. You're guaranteed $80 million. Sure. The agent will be, yes, 100%, but I don't know if...
Chicago doesn't give up the 4th round pick if they don't have this guy locked up. Absolutely.
4th overall,
yeah, we'll have to see.
Overall, yeah.
He can't sign until after July 1st, so he'll be on the clock.
Yeah, so you'll find out July 1st. I guess your numbers aren't going to come out soon. They're going to come out after July 1st, but they know they're signing. It'll be like July 1st at midnight or whatever. That'll
be like. Did he have no trade protection or anything, Byram? You know.
I think he did, but it was all he said was he didn't care what team it was as long as they were able. He wanted to be in number 1.
So there you go. Chicago's giving you 8 years times whatever, and we could trade you there. You're going to play top minutes. How does that sound? Yeah, great, perfect. We're putting this deal together now.
Yeah, there had to be a team driving this price up though. Maybe LA. I could see because like they have Anderson, but that's
just me. Like, I'm just thinking, I'm like, okay, you got the 4th overall pick, and the best you could get was Bowen Byram. I feel like you could have got a for sure defenseman that could have been there long term for that price. I I just don't agree with it.
If there, like I said, there's a lot. I think that the narrative that I've been hearing coming out is that the people aren't screaming for these top picks. They're not screaming
because
for
look at people's draft rankings. A lot of people are all over the place. When you look at all the so-called experts, who they have, and look at all the top tens and put them all side by side. There's a lot of difference there.
It's because
there's a lot of iffy second pairs, middle six guys, stuff like that in these middle, and after like I said, top two, not generational but franchise players. Third, there's a pretty big drop to 3, which is probably Malhotra, and then there's a medium drop after that, and then it just really drops after 9. You're really taking a stretch with whoever you're picking after 9. That's what I'm hearing.
I think it's just there's a lot of the same. So you during the year you got guys that push, and then you put them kind of in groups, right? So you have like your franchise players in the top 3, 5, depending what it is, and then you got your guys that are probably top 6, top pair, top 4 defensemen, and then you got your guys that have a high ceiling of that, but they're not guaranteed to hit that ceiling, and then drop. There's not really that this year. You got your 2 elite guys or 3 elite guys probably, and then you drop down to guys that are kind of like in between, which doesn't mean they're not going to be good players for sure. Like I think it's just because there's not as much distinction between some of these players. It's like I don't want to take the gamble. I'd rather get something for sure. That's what I'm saying. Maybe that's why you're seeing that.
It's because the top 2 guys are wingers. The number 1 center in a draft has very little offensive upside as a play driver even, and he's more of a two-way guy. So there's your number 1 center in the draft, and there's the number 1 defenseman isn't in the top 2 as well too. So now you're seeing wingers. So that's why there's so much volatility after that.
It's a weak draft for centers. I agree. 100%. Like I don't like the centers. It's definitely a weak draft for centers, but I think it's a pretty good draft for defensemen. Lots of good defensemen, I think.
For sure.
There's a lot of guys that should be players, but not a lot of guys that are going to be top end, top 6s and stuff like that. Or at least it's going to take a lot of work to get them there. They're going to take a while to get there, which it does with defensemen anyways.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm hearing. It's going to take some work, and they're kind of iffy. They're all kind of, like you said, bunched in the same one, and they all have their iffiness.
Well, it's like I almost agree with what you're saying. Like there's your top 3, and then it drops off a bit, but it's like more of like a gradual decline. Like between 3 and I think it's like 17, 18 here, these guys could all be classified kind of in the same boat, like the Ruck brothers or stuff. Like there's so many. I have these guys up here, and then these guys are down here on another one, and they're all just like in the same kind of like bubble that it's like I could say this player is going to be the same as this player. So there's a lot of like, I don't know, like I'd rather trade the pick because I don't want to gamble on the wrong guy and look like an idiot. Like in a easy, like a simplified way to say it, because some GMs are like, man, like if we're going to pay all this or we're going to have this pick, we're going to have to make sure we have to pick good with this first rounder, or maybe we trade it and get a for sure thing. And I think that's what you're seeing right now.
Did Verhoff have a bad year?
No. I was just talking, by the way, I had to mention that. We just did a show, if you want to. Am I frozen?
A little bit. We can still hear you, though. That's all that counts.
Okay. It was I just did a show, and now my head is gone. Now my head is gone with Puckin' Deep, and with a really good guy. And I'm about to tell you who he is, because for some reason I watched him forever, and I love the guy, and his name just freaking escaped me. the heck did I put it now?
And we'll pause for station identification. This
Yeah.
show is brought to you by Jaime's
I can't believe
Barbecue.
my brain just froze. I
Oh,
just
he moved.
posted it. Where the hell did it go? Oh, no, that's not it. The guy from Sportsology, man, he's so good, and I just can't believe I can't remember his name. Anyways, he's a great draft guy, and
Larry could find him.
I haven't looked. I was just refreshing Twitter here and making sure nothing's coming up right now. Did you see the rumors?
Russ Cohen. It's on Sirius Radio at Sports.
Hey, squirrel.
Russ Cohen. That's who it is, Russ Cohen.
Multiple sources are reporting now Morgan Riley has submitted a list of 4 Western Conference teams. The teams are not disclosed at this time.
Yeah, he said it pretty much that he
that was
the Western Conference.
Yeah. Apparently, there's Carolina. There's a couple people reporting Carolina and Winnipeg are talking in deep talks about Hellebuck right now.
Yeah, Carolina. Yeah, they're thought to be going after Bobrovsky, but Bobrovsky's got to lower his his term.
7 years at 6-1.
Yeah, he's fucking 37 years old. I know you're in shape and everything, but you never really talked about your off-ice conditioning until you're in Florida.
Well, just wait. He's got to shave first. Once he's shaved, then he looks young again.
Yeah, that's true.
Anyways, it was Russ Cohen that I was talking to, and he said people are all, like you said, people are all over the place on this draft. He's got Verhoff number 3.
Yeah, people have him as 8.
Yeah. So they're all over the place. It's more about his big thing is that he thinks that people are lower on him because he was in college, and his idea, and same as McKenna, he said it's just way harder to play in college. And this junior year, the drop in talent is getting more and more in junior. It's getting more and more. One thing
I agree is college, all those teams are pretty good. They're not there's not a drop off. When you play in the CHL, you got some really good teams and some really bad teams, so you can inflate your numbers when you play those bad teams.
Yeah,
that's true too. Are the guys a little bit older too in college than the OHL and CHL and W?
Depends, a little bit older, yeah. Because you play your junior 14, 15, 16, or no, 14 is the earliest you can go into juniors, and then you can be 14 is for exception, 15, 16, and 17, and 18 you can play. 15, 16, 17, 18, yeah.
Pearlo, what happened to that other kid you were talking about? Remember you said this guy's going to be the next one? Remember he was from out west in Canada or something?
That was McKenna.
Was it?
He was crushing in junior, yeah.
That was the guy we were talking about.
Oh, no, you're talking about Dumont.
Yeah. Where's he?
Is he Dumont or DuPont? DuPont.
DuPont, yeah.
DuPont's the defenseman for next year.
Next year, okay.
Yeah. All right, well, let's get to what do you want to do? You want to do the Calgary trade? You want to get that one in there with the Nemec move?
Which one?
Nemec,
the Calgary one. Yeah, it was decent hockey trade. I think it's I like it better than the Chicago one.
You like it better for who?
I think it's good for both because I think Calgary gets the best team, and I think New Jersey gets a couple more assets here because right now they're kind of in we want to win, but I don't know if we're good enough to win right now. So I feel like getting those assets, at least they have a choice now. They can draft in the next couple of years if they fall off. But I don't think they're going to fall off. They have so many good players. So I think it's just assets to build the cupboard and see they go on.
Yeah.
But I think Nemec is a really good defenseman. Like, get him for the 4th overall pick.
Well, I'm not really on the same plane as you with Nemec.
No?
No. What did they get? 2 conditional first-round picks?
Well, that first is like the Colorado 28th. Isn't that the one that? Yeah, it's a late one. Then it's a Vegas first, I think. But I know the Colorado one's like 28th overall.
They're 2 late firsts.
Yeah.
And
this is almost like a salary kind of move. It feels like, because they made their bed with Luke Hughes, and Dougie Hamilton might not be going anywhere because they got that new management there, and they might just stick with Dougie Hamilton, and maybe things change a little bit. They got that guy from Florida, I think, running the team now. Not like Fitzgerald's not there anymore. There's somebody else. Sammy Maida.
It's Maida. Yeah.
Maida. Yeah.
It's an analytics guru, and that's the reason why I think he had no problems moving on from Nemec. Because if you're looking at Nemec analytically, he is not progressing well at all. Doesn't mean he's not going to. He's got offensive skill and all of that stuff like that. From what I understand, he's pretty stubborn too. He doesn't. He wants to do it his own way, which, I mean, it can work out that way with his offensive ability. It can work out fine. I don't know. Maybe Conray's going to be able to talk to him and stuff like that. He has the physical. He's like a Byram in a sense, except he's got the physical tools. But I'm really concerned about how he's not even progressing. He's regressing defensively, and so also I hear he's looking for the bag too. Already, he thinks he's really, really, really good when he's not. That's not a good combination. And you want to know why they got 2 late first, which is really just a shot in the dark. 2 firsts. They usually land 5%, maybe 10% between the two. That you get a player that can play even 200 games down there, and a mid prospect for a guy that was a number 4 overall. It kind of tells you something, you know. General managers weren't clamoring all over the place for Nemec here for various reasons.
Was he number 4 or was he number 2?
I don't know. He was up there. Was he 2?
He was 2nd overall.
Yeah. So
I think it's just he didn't want to be in New Jersey. I don't think it fit him that well.
Like I said, the number 2 overall kid that's 20-some years old, that guy should bring way more than that. Way more than that. 2 late first is nothing, man. Like Colorado, Vegas, those are going to be like super late first. That's nothing. That's like all the picks after that Ottawa got, what Florida gave up. It's just a bunch of darts thrown on a board, and hopefully you pick up somebody. It's not like fantastic. Those late picks are really good in the sense that you put your scouts to work and hope that you nab one. And Ottawa is a really good drafting team. And if there's anyone that can do it, it's Ottawa, like Ottawa, St. Louis, something like that. But, I mean, you are really starting to get down there when you look at those late first picks. I think he couldn't find anywhere to put him.
Well, I don't know. I think he's still got some in there. I think it's just a matter of he doesn't look like he wanted to be in New Jersey, and he's just – I don't think he likes the style of the play. He wants to be more offensive, and when you're behind guys that are way more offensive, getting all that time on the ice or power play time, and he's getting nothing basically. It's like, well,
yeah.
So I think Calgary is a great place for him. I think he's going to flourish this year.
We'll see.
Is Nemec an RFA? Is he going to sign like a bridge deal or something, or is he going to?
He'll be a bridge deal. Yeah.
That's what they say, but he was like he could have been pricing it out to New Jersey to get out of New Jersey.
Yeah, I think so.
And now he's in Calgary and he'll change his tune. But a lot of the other teams are like, I don't want to give up that much for him. You got to remember he has been coached by Sheldon Keefe, so
And he's a right shot young right shot defense with some upside. So
and some size.
that's
Like, he's not a
valuable as
small
it
kid.
is.
I think Calgary did well to take a shot at this kid. I'm just saying that I don't think the narrative out there there was some concern with this kid for nobody to pony up on a guy that was a second overall pick and is only 21 years old. I mean, you would think there's some teams out there that need some right D that would have been given a little more.
Yeah, you don't want him to turn into a Cabina.
Pavel Cabina.
Or whoever Detroit took instead of Quinn Hughes there. Philip Zadina.
Zadina, yeah.
Zadina,
Wrong Bina.
I was like, Cabina. I haven't heard that in a long while. I'm like,
Pavel Cabina. Holy Jesus.
That's Tampa Bay.
Yeah. Oh, no, it was Uwe Krupp I was talking about.
Uwe Krupp, Colorado. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, Calgary's got all the time in the world to work with them, right?
Yeah, so. I do like that. I think they're gonna this deal is gonna age well for both teams. I think they're gonna get it. New Jersey's gonna stock the cupboard with a few extras just in case something goes south. Yes, not high end picks, but then I think Nemec I think you're right. He priced himself out in New Jersey. He's like, yeah, I want this. Yeah, I'm not going to sign that. We're not signing you to that. Well, then I guess I sit until you give me what I want or move me somewhere where I can play the game I want to play.
It comes from that Florida Zito model of philosophy where they do generally take care of players on their way out. They really like to keep their reputation high. That's one of the reasons why everybody likes to go to Florida. Is even if you're moved out, they really pay attention. They ask you, where do you want to go? You don't even need a no trade clause with them. Where do you want to go? What would be good for you? Get your agent to go around and see who really wants you. And I could very well see them saying, no, well, we talked to the agent and Calgary really wants us. You know what? You've been good. No hard feelings. Go off to Calgary. And that player goes to Calgary and he says, they treated me really well there. So the next time you need a free agent, guess what? Everybody, like Rico says it all the time, players talk. Sometimes the value isn't what you get back, but the energy you put out there. And if you're looking to get free agents and people to come play for you, that's one hell of a way to do it. Carolina does it. Carolina does it too. They don't gouge players on their way out. They take care of them. There's a value in that. Vegas doesn't play that game. That's for sure. But they do.
I agree to some degree, but you just gave a spiel about how teams lie. You can't always trust them. Right now, They're like that. And
they lie they lie to you on the television, not back behind the scenes.
But if the player is really trusted, then their whole top 6 and top 4 defensemen wouldn't have full no move clauses then.
Well, who was giving them out?
All top 6 forwards and all top 4 defensemen have full. Oh no, sorry, 3 defensemen have no move clause.
Yeah, but see, the no movement clauses won't really matter. You got to remember, I just said Maida came from Florida and has that kind of philosophy. Did Fitzgerald have that philosophy? I'm not sure. I didn't really get any idea that he did or not. But I know Florida does. And Maida came from there. So he's going to probably create that type of energy in New Jersey. And there needs to be an energy change there in New Jersey, from what I understand.
The other thing, too, is it's like, well, if this is what you're selling me in Florida, and it is 100%, then give me a full no move clause so you can't change your mind and ship me out the door like Vegas does. It's like, oh, we used you, now goodbye.
That's why if you build a reputation that you're not like that, you don't have to do it as much because people can trust you more. And that's why Florida really – are you saying Florida, everybody has no movement clauses?
Yes.
Yeah, but it doesn't matter. If any one of those guys said, hey, you know what, I wouldn't mind moving out, they say, where do you want to go?
Yeah,
they give them the no movement clause. They give them the no movement clause, They honor that. Have you ever heard Florida ask for somebody to waive their no movement clause? No.
No, not right now. Like that's what they're like, that we're going to build a championship team, and the players are like, okay, I'm in, but I don't want you to flip me for something else. So give me a full no move clause.
Well, they're just going to say.
I think I just say this is
Florida would say, we'll give you a no movement clause. It doesn't matter to us. Okay, there you go. Whatever.
Yeah.
That's all. Florida is going to be the one telling them they want the new movement clause, not the other way around. They want to make them feel trust. Like, we want you to feel trusted, to trust us. Here's a full no movement clause for you. Take it. Don't worry about it. Whatever. That's the way they do it that way. But
yeah,
it's not the players saying, I want the no movement clause.
No, but I think they're like, you're going to give me a no movement clause to make sure you don't ship me out of here for something else. Like Florida's like, wow, we could get Connor McDavid right now if I move out. I don't know, like we get Connor McDavid and move out both to Chuck Brothers to Edmonton. It's like, and the Chucks are like, I don't want nothing like that to happen. So it's like, I want a full no movement clause if I'm going to be committing to your team long term.
You know what I think Florida knows? If they try to do that and the Kachuk's agent calls that guy up and says, we want nothing to do with your organization, that team's not going to trade for him anyways.
It's just an example off top.
The no movement clauses really don't mean anything anymore. That's why they just throw them out there. Because if a player says he doesn't want to go, he's not going.
Yeah,
nobody's trading for a player.
The players have control. They have more control when they're going to sign these contracts, and they'll give you a no trade, so you could kind of have some say in where you want to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. They're definitely going to.
You got a board of directors telling you where you're going instead of a man-to-man conversation.
Right.
Do you want to know? They were talking about no movement clauses, and they're starting to evolve already. Like, did you know Taylor Hall has in his no movement clause this season coming up, if he doesn't score 35 points, he has no clause. They could move him. So if he doesn't score 35 points this year in the NHL or this season coming up, his full no movement clause is gone. I think you're going to see a lot more of that. It's like,
yeah, I think you could see that for sure.
Yeah, I think that's where it's going to start evolving now. It's like, well, you want this, you got to guarantee me this.
Well, like I said, Eriksson Ektalk said that in his contract, he's got a no movement clause unless he asks for a trade. If he asks for a trade, it's a 10 team.
Yeah.
So they're going to work out more deals like this. Yeah. They can use their creative minds and do some stuff. Anyways, Rico, you think you watch Nemec? What do you think?
Yeah, Calgary's taking a flyer on him. They got a lot of depth at D. I mean, he's been playing behind Dougie Hamilton, maybe disgruntled a little bit there, but his defensive game stinks. And I mean, if Calgary has a hard time luring free agents over there, this might be one of those moves that will be all right. It's not easy to find a highly touted, big-sized right-hand shooting defenseman in the league. So, I mean, to give up late first-rounders, I think it's a deal where you just got to do it.
I agree. I thought it was a good move for Calgary. I'm just saying I don't think there was a huge pile of general managers lining up for that return. Either that or New Jersey asked, where do you want to go? And said, I'll take a couple first. Go take care of the kids, see what you can do with them, something like that.
Yeah.
Okay, next, we got to get going here. We're already in an hour. I knew it was going to be long because there's going to be a lot of talk here. Kyrou to Washington. I find this to be an interesting trade. Kyrou had trade protection, and he blocked a few trades already that they were trying to go to. One was to Montreal, I think to Ottawa. I don't know if Columbus, I think, was looking. I think he blocked one to the Islanders, too. So I think St. Louis personally got a pretty good return considering he had a full no movement clause. But I also think Washington did very well here. So what do you think, Rico?
Yeah, I don't mind the deal for both sides, too. I mean, Kyrou was falling down the depth chart with Snuggerud and all the way neighbors and those guys. They were filling out their top six okay, so Kyrou's name's been out there a lot, and Washington's one of those places where they could kind of probably have a pretty good atmosphere in that room, good team, well coached. I mean, McMichael, they gave him an opportunity there and stuff, and he might slide in okay with St. Louis. I mean, he's a good skater. He's got a bit of an upside. So, yeah, I don't mind it, man. And I didn't think Kyrou to Washington was on anybody's bingo board today. So, I mean, that's pretty interesting when I saw that trade. Robert Thomas, McMichael were traded for each other in the OHL. That's kind of funny if you go back to that in 2018. McMichael played for the Hamilton Bulldogs and Robert Thomas in the London Knights. So it's kind of. But I mean, Connor McMichael had just as many points as Kyrou last year. If you think about it, like you look at these things from not a big name perspective, but just a player. So I think St. Louis did okay in this deal. I mean, change of scenery. I mean, goal scoring, Washington will probably get that out of Kyrou, probably put him in a good situation. But it's another good hockey trade, I think.
The really good hockey trade. I think Washington got the better player. They get a guy that shows Ovi, come on back. We got one more year. We're going to try and go for it. We're going to try and put some guys together. And yeah, St. Louis got, I love Connor McMichael. Sad to see him go, but you have to give something if you want to get a guy like Jordan Kyrou. So, yeah, first round pick. So, yeah, I think it's a great hockey trade. I don't think either team loses on that deal, in my opinion. Kyrou's still signed for another 4 years. Yeah.
Kyrou. Yeah. I'll take the. I mean, I said it was a good hockey trade. Kyrou is a way better three-zone player than McMichael, at least what he did in Washington. But I don't know. Carbery's a really interesting coach because a lot of the players there didn't even bother with defense last year. But he hasn't been very solid that way for 3 years, and he's going. This isn't usually St. Louis's MO to take a guy that is that type of player or shown to be that type of player. So, and they're so good at developing players and knowing. I very seldom will take anything against St. Louis. Like, what have they done wrong in the last little while? Nothing. Like it always hits. So I think McMichael has a really good opportunity here to go to a system that and development system that is probably top of the league or close to it up there. And I think he could blossom into a lot better player than he's shown in Washington, to tell you the honest truth. So if he does, he does. But as it stands right now, I say Washington got the better player for now. Had a rough year last year, but I said Kyrou because 3 coaches, and it just seems like he kind of gets doghousey in every one. And I can only chalk that up to some sort of attitude, not really on the ice. Now, Spencer Carbery seems to do like he's fantastic with players. They brought over Dubois, who obviously there was some character issues going on there, or thought, asked out of Columbus. Winnipeg said, yeah, not for us. LA does the same. And then he seems to find a home in Washington with Carbery. So maybe this happens with Kyrou. I know Ovi keeps a really good energy in that room. And on the same note, I hear Ovi also is not afraid to kind of bring guys aside and say, look, man, we got some expectations here. Yeah. He also is pretty honest with his players too. So I think it might be like what Rico was saying, a really good environment for Kyrou that might make him go back up to that 70-point range. But even with all of that, this guy is an underlying analytics gem. He was 100% above expected defensively last year, even though his numbers were down. Now, he played against a little lower comp, and they gave him less ice time last year, and he's probably going to get a little more here. But he's been consistently like that. He's a very smart player, extremely smart player. I think he's a good fit for Washington there. And as long as whatever that is that coaches just seem not to like him, can be kind of ironed out, it'll work out well. But I just think St. Louis got a really good deal for a guy who had a full no movement clause and kept on saying he didn't want to go to each place that they brought up. So I'd say for that reason, St. Louis kind of wins this deal because they
I think
had
so too.
difficult, difficult spot there. Did St. Louis send anybody else back but with Kyra?
No, they got that Gastrin kid. Apparently, like
That's right.
he captained Sweden in the Hlinka Gretzky tournament in 2025. Like he's considered like a third rounder. Maybe you might see him as like a bottom six kind of center, high ceiling third line center, but realistically, probably a fourth line center on a good team.
Yeah.
And he got the 16th or whatever overall.
Yeah.
Played in the minors of Sweden last year, kind of that Alexic or whatever.
Yeah, looking up from it from the outside, I think if you're going to give me a side, I say St. Louis wins this trade.
Yeah, it's. I think St. Louis wins in the sense that they had a player that had no movement clause and had been wiping out trades that they were trying to do over and over again, and they ended up getting this. But I also think Washington does very well to get a guy like Kyra in that lineup. I mean, look at the depth that they start having now. You got to be looking at probably want to bet Washington to make the playoffs this year right now if you can get a good price on it.
I got a good question. Do you think, because we're pretty confident, I think, well, me and you at least, Pearlo, I don't know, we're pretty confident you'll see John Carlson go to Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
But with this trade, does John Carlson think maybe I will go back to Washington?
I don't think they want to pay the $9 million. But what do you think, Rico?
I don't know either. I don't know what the relationship is. I mean, he's been there for a long time, but it sounds like he heard about it in the middle of the night in his sleep that was getting traded to Anaheim. It felt like, from what I've heard, is they kind of pulled the rug out of him for a little bit, but I can't see them doing that. But that was right out of John Carlson's mouth. Maybe they told him ahead of time that we're probably going to trade you. Yeah. And then he said, I found out in the middle of the night. Then people are like, oh my God, he didn't even know he's getting traded. But, he found out in the middle of the night. So the word is that he's going to Tampa. I haven't heard anything else besides that.
Maybe Washington there was a leak that they were out of control. They weren't happy about it. Him finding out that way too. It just feels like that. They just don't seem like a team that does that sort of thing.
No.
Yeah. And he's best. I think him and Ovi are really tight too. So
yeah.
He knew he was going to be traded, but then he found out in the middle of the night. So
that'd be funny if they did go back though. I mean, it wouldn't be funny. It'd be great. I'd love to see him back in Washington for sure.
Yeah. I was
saying it's impossible. Yeah.
I'm leaning towards Tampa Bay, but I think this probably, like, if you're John Carlson, you're like, oh, we just got a top 6 forward. Oh, maybe I'll entertain it.
What does it do for Leonard there, though? Yeah. Leonard's going to play that top 6, right? I think they just got 3 solid three lines they're going to kind of roll there.
And OV will just be the floater on the power play. Sit on the bench. Oh, power play. And get to your spot.
Over the boards. Defensive zone face off. Get back on the bench. Offensive zone.
Exactly. There. Oh, yeah. I love OV, but he'll tell you himself his teammates are the reason why he's got 50 goals. No, and his incredible skill, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
That guy's floating for sure.
Well, he's on the end of the bench in the offensive zone. That's what side of the bench he's like. He always basically comes over the board, so he's right over the blue line.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Have you ever got to see OV live play?
Yeah, I saw him in Ottawa. I went to a game in Ottawa.
Here in Winnipeg, I'd see him live, and I'm like, oh my God, this guy's lazy on the power play. Like he goes from the red line to the circle, and that's it. He doesn't go. I'm not going to the defensive zone. I'm not skating much.
I know.
Here's my 12 feet of ice.
He barely gets back on side again before the puck comes back.
He doesn't skate. He just stands there, just waiting. Okay, there's back in the corner.
He doesn't go too far into the corners in the offensive zone, and he doesn't go on his last half of the ice, the red line in. Yeah. So he's just right there, and then.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen Ovi go and help a defenseman in the D zone.
Yeah, he's red line to hash marks.
Yeah. And in the offensive zone, like Washington did an amazing job for many years. They just push everybody to one side of the ice. So like we got 3 guys along the boards here, and are you going to leave one guy over there covering Ovi, you got to come help fish the puck. So you got everybody all like Backstrom in there trying to put the puck, and the next thing you know, whoop, right down across to the slot, and Ovi's wide open every time.
Yeah.
I loved I think Washington was the master of that. Great power play.
Oh yeah, it's incredible. Like everybody knows what he's going to do, and he does it anyways.
Well, it's like how many times, like, how do you keep leaving Ovechkin wide open? Well, just their system. It was literally meant so he has to be open.
Yeah. When he had
Beautiful.
Backlund there,
Backstrom, Nicholas
I
Backstrom.
should say Backstrom. Yeah, when they had Backstrom there, it's just insane. Oates for a while, that was crazy. You get, yeah. I mean,
That's an
he's
underrated player.
He's the only floater that I think I've ever liked. I just can't help it. I mean, I get it. If I'm a coach, he's like, the guy's going to score like that. All right, go ahead.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Oh, you have no love for Alex Kovalev?
Frustrating. Incredibly talented. So frustrating to watch. Just so. Yeah. When he decided to play a game, though, man, gosh, that guy.
I know. It's just like, yeah, don't go hitting that guy. If you piss him off, like, he's gonna deke us all out, and he could win the game himself. So
yeah,
just leave him alone. Let him float. Just leave him alone.
If he had 2 days off in between games on the road, he had private jets somehow. He would fly to Europe, party for a night, come back and play. He would do that on a regular basis.
Negotiated in the contract, probably.
How the hell do you do that? It's an 8-hour flight, party, come back, play, come back, basically get yourself all spruced up, go out and play a game, play half-ass, sleep the next
Private
night.
jet's probably a king-size bed. You can just sleep on it.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right. Okay, so finally, yeah, we did all three. We only got the one that you're most interested in, the Ottawa trade. Ottawa and San Jose, we were banging our heads against the wall. We were that group we talked to, Rico. They came up with Neighbors. It's going to be the deal. But that was for Spence, and it's not over yet in Ottawa. I think there's way more moves to be going on there in Ottawa, but
there's another one coming now.
There's another one coming here. Eklund, I love him. I've said it before. I love him. I mean, I don't think he's like. I think he has potential to be a number one. His offensive skills are a little on the low side, but Ottawa fans are going to absolutely love this kid. If you like guys that compete every single night, play on all three zones extremely well, like
competitive,
super competitive dude, man. I absolutely love this kid for his attitude. He's a playoff guy. He's great.
I think that's why he's.
What do you think about that trade, Larry?
I think he's made for Tim Stützle. Like, I didn't even have William Eklund on my list. I didn't think he'd be available, to be honest. So yeah, like, he's just like the Swede version of Timmy Stützle for competitiveness. What ransom do you think Jets would get? Oh, we'll talk about that after. I'm sure it'll be. Yeah, I think. I like Eklund. Like, I didn't think he'd be available, so I didn't even have him on my list. And then Halton and getting him back, like, that's a good goal scorer prospect. I didn't expect to get another guy like that. And then Sobotka is maybe a bottom six defensive forward, maybe. So he's just a throw in, not even signed. So, but yeah, that's a good haul for the first 9th overall pick. I was extremely happy. I was worried in one thing. I'm like, what are we going to get for that 9th overall pick if we trade it? But guy that's best friends with Zetterlund and a Swede, which do well in Ottawa. So I think it ticked all the boxes, and I don't see many people, Sens fans, upset with that trade.
Yeah, Eklund's a better 3-zone player than Stützle, but Stützle's a better offensive player. Thing is with Eklund is he's more of a playmaker. He's a good He's a good playmaker off the wing. But it's a good start. I don't think they're done.
No.
Yeah, they gave up the 9th overall for Eklund. I don't mind that. If you get a player of Eklund's ilk in the 9th overall, you're happy. You're very happy. and now he's ready. You don't need to wait for him. He's already ready to go. So I have no problems with that whatsoever. I think San Jose, this is just, they're taking Stenberg. There's no doubt about it. And they went to Eklund and said, "Look, buddy, you deserve top 6 minutes, and we're getting Stenberg now. We already got Chernikov. We're a little deep on that left side. You're not going to get the dollars that you're looking for. We might as well nip this in the bud now. We'll find a good spot for you." And it's hard. I don't think they love Eklund. I think this was a very difficult move for them, but I get it if you're taking Stenberg, and I don't blame him for taking Stenberg. He's going to be way better than Eklund ever will be. So, but it's, I get it, and I think Ottawa did well. Ottawa did very well. What do you think, Rico?
I think Ottawa did well too. Just going back to the last trade, do you think Eklund will be better than the number 1 overall pick?
I mean, number 9.
Than the number 9?
I think you're very happy if you get an Eklund at number 9.
Yeah.
Yep.
So
he was 7th overall, Eklund, wasn't he? He was 7th.
Yeah. If you pull an Eklund player at number 9, I think you should consider that a successful draft, pick. So.
And they got a right winger
ready to go.
And they got a right winger prospect that can score goals. So it's like, I'll take that too.
Yeah. I don't know what San Jose is going to do with those picks. There's the talk of like packaging the 2 and the 9. I don't think so. They're going to pick Stenberg. I think a lot of people are really emphasizing San Jose's need for defense or anything like that. Those Greer and them are smart. They know they're not ready yet to be contenders. They're not going to go and throw their wad out for big defensemen here. They're still a build. Same as Montreal. People screaming for them to throw big picks and stuff like that in Hage and guys like that for second line center. I don't see it right now. They're smart. They know that they're building something there for a long term, and I think San Jose is looking at that too. Mm-hmm. They don't want to just have a couple playoff possibilities and flame out. They're building something that's going to last a long time in both of those organizations.
I really liked it because another reason is when Zetterlund was there, like him and Eklund were line mates for the whole time pretty much, and they fed off each other really well. So maybe get some of that chemistry coming back. And like Zetterlund's supposed to be a top 6, but he's not produced at that rate. He just couldn't find that chemistry that he had back in San Jose for that one really good year with Eklund. So maybe that's another reason why they traded for Eklund too.
Could be.
And it was funny. I saw go around Twitter. They're just like, when Zetterlund got traded to Ottawa, he's like, "What's the one thing you're gonna miss about San Jose?" And he's like, "Eklund." My buddy Eklund. And then the minute the trade got loose, I went and looked up Zetterlund on Instagram, and he's like, "Let's go, buddy." So it's great to see that.
And that brings some great energy into a room that just lost their captain. So, I mean, it brings the feel goods, like those feel goods.
I just now want
when play one. We used to hit the post goes in the corner now.
We just need now one right winger. I'm hoping somehow Ottawa figures out Tippett if he's actually available. It sounds like he is, but it's not going to be cheap.
I don't know why Philly would want to do that. Seriously, I love that guy. I don't know.
I think it's like, okay, we'll take Eklund and Tippett and move Batherson back to the second line with Dylan Cousins. Okay.
If I'm Ottawa, I'm all over it. If I'm Philly, I don't want to trade Tippett. There's got to be a better way. I love that guy.
I know, but just you've seen the rumors, I'm sure, is apparently Tippett is available. They're listening, so
they're listening, yeah, but
not dealing, but listening. Otherwise, if we got McTavish, like I think McTavish is the most realistic guy that probably get. And I would be okay with that because William Eklund's definitely a faster skater and
now I don't mind taking a swing
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think McTavish is then okay now.
Tavish,
You got your speed.
Oh, I
Well,
see.
no, I wouldn't mind
Eklund's
taking
smart.
a shot at him now.
Oh yeah, that's what I
Eklund's
mean.
a three-way. Yeah, he's
Maybe,
like
I don't mind
gives you a little
so much taking
insurance.
a swing now.
3-way.
Yeah.
A three-zone
It's
player,
been
sorry,
brought to
not
you by,
Oh, I
three-way.
was gonna say,
He's
like
a three-way player. Yeah,
he's the Jaime's 3-way player of the year.
Heine's three-way.
three-zone
You
player.
got to do that. Yes, you got to do that. Once this is all, if this ever ends this summer, we'll do the Jaime's Pearlo team and three-way player of the year and all that kind of stuff like that.
Three-way
We'll do
player.
that.
So
be watching it.
play
Yeah,
bench.
so he didn't really have enough.
Plays benched and
He's good in the offensive zone, good in defensive zone, and he's good in the room. The Jaime's 3-way player of the year.
good in the room. You mean the press
Good
box?
Yeah, press box,
Okay,
the room, and the
so-
offensive zone, not the
Charlie
Yeah.
default will get 2 years now. I mean, yeah, like, well, before this, it was kind of rambling. But this, before we got all stuff that sounded from guys that I trust. Like, okay, before I go on, I think I mentioned this already. Nick Kyprios is a great dude, but he's not an insider, dude. He's just throwing flies at the wall when he says the stuff he does. Very seldom does Kyprios know what he's talking about. But when you start getting Friedman and guys like that talking like Hellebuck's going to be traded, it sounds like it's going to happen. And you said we're just reading a possible Buffalo trade that includes a 4th overall pick and Pekka Luukkonen. That makes sense. That makes sense.
I feel like something's going to come here late for some reason. I just have this feeling. All the insiders go to bed and then they're just going to dump a trade. They're going to phone the NHL trade office and be like, wake the hell up. We got one here.
Yeah, well, it's only 9 o'clock out west, so.
What do you think about that? Hellebuck, Luukkonen. And I know what I think about it for Winnipeg. Holy shit. It's over.
Imagine if Chase Reed fell to 4 and they did that. It's like, damn. Morrissey would be ecstatic in the next couple of years. Like, I'm going to have a really good player in the next 3 years after done college.
They better hit. Is Chase Reed Canadian?
Chase Reed? Yeah. Oh, no, he's American. Sorry. No, Chase Reed's American. Maybe then with all the things going, I don't know if he traded. I don't know. He seems like a good guy. He played in the CHL, didn't he?
That would give them the 4 and the 8. I think there's got to be one more piece there. What do you think, Rico? I think there's got to be a center coming back.
Yeah, Sault Ste. Marie.
Yeah.
Sault Ste. Marie.
That's where he played. Yeah, Chase Reed. He played in the 8. So he's an American, but he played in the OHL. So that gives you some kind of hope. It's like, okay, he didn't play for Michigan State or Boston University or North Dakota. So, but he is committed to college now. But he played instead of the development team or anything. He played in Canada, so that's good.
Feels like there's got to be a centerman. I think it would be like Oslin, Luukkonen, and the 4th overall. They got to get at least Oslin. Something like that. I don't know if they could pry Helenius, but got to get some. They got to get at least an Oslin out of that deal. They got to get a center that can play.
Charlie, you know how they get it? You just said Jets need a second line center and a top line defenseman. You know how they get the second line centerman? Just get Shane Wright. I think he'd be amazing in Winnipeg, and he'll want to play there. I think Shane Wright is just that being the third centerman in such a high. He doesn't get the love,
but he doesn't. He hasn't done well against low competition. Like he hasn't earned the right to get higher minutes in Seattle. They want him to.
You know who Shane Wright reminds me of actually now? When you're just saying that, it just popped in my head. He reminds me of Kyle Turris a lot in Phoenix. It's just like he's number 3 overall, 2 overall Turris. And he just like, wow, like this guy's just not panning out. And this chain of scenery, and he was amazing in Ottawa. He went to Edmonton, he did good. And then Nashville kind
And
of
he fell off a cliff there for a while.
Yeah.
From what I
But
understand, the problem with Turris is he just liked to party a little too much.
Well, you go to Nashville, that's what you're going to be doing.
That'll kill you.
You walk outside the rink, and there's every freaking bar in Nashville within sight.
What do you think happens, Rico, here if Hellebuck leaves Winnipeg? Do you think things are kind of hanging? That was another thing that when I was talking to Russ Cohen last night, he kind of gave an indication that he wouldn't be surprised if there's one Canadian team moving in the next 5 years.
I don't think it's Winnipeg.
Not saying it is.
I don't think it's Ottawa. They're committing to that arena downtown, so
yeah,
you're not committing to an arena and moving the team. And Lauer's rich.
The
richest Canadian owner in the NHL is Mark Chipman.
Okay.
So if there's a team that's going to stay in Winnipeg, and you got the right guy for it, if he wants that hockey team there, he can keep it there as long as he wants.
It can't be Edmonton, can't be Montreal, can't be Toronto. I wonder, you know what I really wonder? I wonder how much Vancouver is really holding on there.
When Vancouver wins, they fill that building.
Yeah, but
they're very passionate fans.
Finicky fans, man.
They're passionate.
Finicky. If you're a Leafs fan, you're they got the sponsorship, guys. What do you think, Rico? What happens to Winnipeg? They lose Hellebuck.
Yeah, you can't go into a rebuild in Winnipeg, dude. Nobody's going to show up there. I don't think they lose Hellebuck. I think that's just fucking a lot of shit out there that. No, man.
If a team wants Hellebuck, what Ottawa got back from Brady to Chuck, add 2 more pieces to that. It's like, you want Hellebuck, you're going to pay an arm and a leg in your firstborn. You ain't getting him for scraps.
This is another one where it depends on how much Hellebuck is beating down that door. It depends on how much he's putting his feet in and saying, you know what, you don't trade me that. I don't give a fuck. I made lots of money. I'm not showing up. Now you don't have a goaltender at all.
I don't think Hellebuck's like that, though. Like, he loves
Winnipeg. I don't think he would normally be like that, but if he's been as good to them as they have in the last little while, and they're going to fuck him around for 2 more first-round picks, I'm starting to get mad now.
See, I don't know. I just feel like he doesn't like. I'm sure he's open to a change of scenery, but like, I still believe he didn't actually ask for a trade. I think this is all coming up from all the stuff that's happening, and everybody's like calling now and say, hey, like, is he available? Like,
he publicly
we would give you this, this, and this.
He publicly said, I love this team. It just appears that not many team players in this league see it my way. And I don't know. He gave an indication that he just was like, maybe it's time to go. Publicly. What is he saying? And apparently he came out of being furious in the management room. So it's not like this is like some under the ground stuff that's just flying out through the window here. And you start seeing, whenever I start seeing Friedman saying something, depending on what he's saying, then my ears perk up. But we can go to the other one. Marchenko and Werenski in Columbus, like, talk about an organization that is on thin ice.
If Marchenko is any chance of him being available, which there's talk, but if there is, 100% Steve Stais is like, yes, take my first, give me that guy now.
I looked at that first, yeah. I looked at that too, yeah.
Give me that guy right now. Here.
Well, I'd
You get
rather
two
have
first.
Marchenko than Eklund, would you not?
Yeah.
I'd rather have both.
Well, if you could pick one or the other, you'd take Marchenko over Eklund.
I take Marchenko over possibly settling with McTavish. We got Eklund. We have Marchenko and Eklund.
But I'm saying, as a player, who would you rather have, Eklund or Marchenko?
Marchenko.
Right now, Marchenko, yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
McTavish is third on that list.
If Marchenko is
Yep.
somehow available, Columbus has got to put their foot down here and say, you're going where we're sending you, and that's it. No bullshit. I don't care. You can sit. Our organization depends on this. So
They've already
you can
got
come
three
to us and say you want to go somewhere, but we're already dead. So we'll die on this hill. You've given us 15 teams to go to, and they're getting a fucking haul. That guy is amazing player. Amazing player. Doesn't get enough credit in there in Columbus.
Oh, they've already got fleece for Chinnikov. You can't get fleece for Marchenko.
Well, Pittsburgh fleeced them because they have an analytics team and all the other GMs were sleeping. I don't know what the fuck they were doing there. I was calling for Chinnikov as soon as he said he wanted to trade. It was, you know what? It was like I had maybe a little bit of love for Edmonton until I found out they weren't even on Chinnikov. I was like, fuck you. No, you can't. I understand you have a difficult time drawing players, but this guy's got a no trade clause. And you're not even in on him? Nah, you guys screw you. Fuck you. No way. How do you not even be on that? I can't believe Pittsburgh got him for that price. If Marchenko's out there, you got to get a bag out of that. I mean a bag.
You're getting
Really?
two. I think Columbus gets at least 2 first rounders and an NHL player for him, at least.
They need players. Like he's a winger. I'll try. I've been trying to work out where he might go, but
Do you want to know where Columbus screwed up all these years? Is drafting guys that you had. They took too many risks. Like so many Russian players they drafted, and like Russia's like Columbus. Where's this? It's in the United
that's
States.
the
Where
reason
both?
why I still say drafted players are telling their agents they don't want to go to the same teams that players don't want to go to, and they're struggling with that. Nobody wants to go to Columbus. Have you ever been to Columbus? No. Have you ever been to Ohio?
Pearlo, and that's maybe where the draft rankings are getting all messed up now because different people are hearing different things about the players wanting to go to different places and
That could be too.
Yeah,
that's
that's
there
true.
and stuff
Yeah.
too. That's
So
why
it's-
shit is so volatile now.
So it might
Yeah.
not be because the draft class is weak. It's just there's a lot
Who's
of
their guy? This has been going on for a while. Oh, that was the other thing I wanted to say. Again, with the show yesterday, and Russ said that when we were going about the taxes and stuff like that in Canada, and he said the players say that because they'd rather it be about a financial situation, but when you talk to players behind closed doors, it's really about the bubble you're in when you play in Canada. A lot of players don't want to be living, especially players' wives. They want their privacy, and they especially their wives want their privacy. And the bubble that you play in Canada is more than the taxes. He said, if you look at you go to he brings up some really good points. New York doesn't have a problem bringing people in. They've got high taxes, but you can go to New York and nobody knows who the hell you are. Right?
Well, you don't walk on the streets in New York. You're not out and about. You're in buildings all the time, like or your own private.
Yeah, but there's so many people that people don't know unless you're a football player or something. But a hockey player in New York, not so much. You're not
noticed as much. Yeah, that's the number one reason why a lot of players don't want to go to Canada is because the media is ruthless. Like you're known there. If you want to be loved, you go to Canada because it doesn't matter. Like you could be like Artem Zub, because I know Ottawa so well. Every time Zub touches the puck, the whole crowd goes Zub. Like it's Artem Zub. Like if he was in anywhere and in the U.S., they'd be like, I don't know who that guy is. Sure, he plays for us.
Exactly. And
So
some players thrive on that. Like look at Montreal. Caulfield loves it. Loves it. Suzuki loves it. So
uh,
Connor
Even
in
Caulfield speaks-
Winnipeg loves it. I think Hellebuck loved it actually. He's just and those some guys love it, but some guys
Sedin's really loved it in Vancouver.
they loved it.
Those guys were everywhere in the community. Like, you need us to help you with the charity, we're there. And they live there now. Like, as much as they loved it.
I think Hellebuck is just getting too many guys in his ear too, just like the rest of them.
Yep.
Saying, you know what, this is a writing on the wall in Winnipeg, and I know you're upset there because they're not getting better players, but nobody wants to go there. Hellebuck, just come to the fucking States. And you don't think this last Olympic win for the US had a big reason why you're seeing a lot of players move to the US team now. They all talk like there's no way like this wasn't put in Hellebuck's ear. He would have probably been okay with fucking going to Winnipeg, staying in Winnipeg. I mean,
I think it still is to a point.
Yeah, like I can't see him moving because he's just probably getting tugged on the rope from something.
I feel like he was getting passionate because he wanted to see a big name player come in. I want you to fill that second center role. I wanna compete here. And it's just like you went out and did nothing. So I think he's just voicing why he's so pissed. Like I don't think he's pissed to the point it's like, move me right now. I'm never playing another game. He's not Patrick Waugh. He's passionate.
Well, I haven't been paying attention too much because I haven't heard the kind of stuff that piqued my ears up. But when you start hearing players and from certain insiders, like if you just hear it from some random rumor site or whatever, I don't give a shit about that. Just they heard some third person say something, they're throwing it out there for clicks. I get it, good for you, you're making money, that's great. It's talking points, it's fine, but I don't buy it. And like Kyprios or something like that. But you hear certain guys where their reputation totally is dependent on that, and then I start getting a little concerned about which way it's going.
He's not going to Florida, Charlie. They can't afford him at this point. They're out.
They would have to go. That would have to be Rodriguez.
They would have to do what you said they wouldn't. Well, hey, we
They're
need
not trading
Hellebuck.
Lundell.
No, but it's like, hey, we need you to go to Winnipeg so we can get Connor Hellebuck. That you'd be literally doing what you said Florida wouldn't do to the players.
Well, the no movement clause, they wouldn't be giving away. They'd be Rodriguez. Yeah, they don't have any assets to do it.
It's like to Verhage, you know what? I really think you'd like Winnipeg. What do you think?
Yeah.
You think you want to go to Winnipeg?
Yeah,
hey,
that's what Vegas does. Yeah, I really think you and your family would like Winnipeg quite a bit. You and your family's family.
I still fear for William Karlsson because you said, oh, they love that guy. I think he's getting thrown under the bus here because I think that the time's coming and you're just going to see Karlsson go.
It all depends on if they can talk Hurdle into going somewhere. If they can talk Hurdle into going somewhere, then Karlsson's fine.
Yeah.
But I think
McCrimmon is ruthless. I don't think he doesn't have. There's no non-touchable on that team.
I agree.
He got
if
a crazy.
If anybody's going to snip anybody, it's going to be him. I agree.
William Karlsson, yeah, just go through that door over there, and then it's just a one-way door out in the parking lot, and a little stand. You just got traded to Winnipeg. See ya.
I agree, Charlie Default. He would go to Florida, but Florida just doesn't have any assets left to make that deal.
Yeah.
If he forces their hand to go to Florida like Larkin is doing, Winnipeg is that's another one where it's basically this is an organization. We're willing to take a chance that you sit now because there's no way we can do this. We're gonna go. We can't do that too deep of a rebuild to take what Rodriguez and maybe Luosterainen and I don't even think I don't know. I think Florida will find a better way. They don't need a Hellebuyck there. I like the Carolina move. I think Carolina's got a ton of cap space. They got some assets. I still say Svechnikov is a guy that they wouldn't mind moving. A guy that can score goals in Winnipeg. Does he have a no movement clause? I don't know. But I could see.
Yeah, I think Carolina makes more sense if they are moving him. Carolina has the assets.
The only thing that goes against their model of only paying goaltenders $4 to $5 million. That's part of their whole model for cap space. They've always been that way. It's an analytics thing where they say that you shouldn't overpay for goaltenders. But I don't know. You give that Carolina team a Hellebuyck? Holy shit, dude. Guy's getting 21 shots a night. What do you think, Rico? Carolina team with Hellebuyck? Fuck, man.
I took Florida to win the cup. They were plus 800 2 nights ago. Now they're plus 700. They're basically tied with Colorado and Carolina for futures right now. So, like, Florida's.
If Hellebuyck is possibly going to Carolina, do you know who doesn't have a no trade clause right now? Seth Jarvis.
Yeah.
And Winnipeg could be like, yeah, if you want Hellebuyck, Seth Jarvis is coming
Absolutely.
to Winnipeg.
Yeah, absolutely.
There's no that's the first piece right there, guaranteed.
Dude, honestly, send over a package with Seth Jarvis and fucking Brandon. No, Kachekov. I'd rather have Kachekov than Bussy, no? Would you rather have Kachekov or Bussy? I mean, dude, one of them's fucking amounted to nothing in his life and almost 30. The other one's a projected number one goal in Carolina.
I don't know. That would be up to them to figure out, I guess. But that'd be so hard to do for Carolina, even though.
But then Winnipeg wouldn't be hurt as bad. If you bring Seth Jarvis in, he'll bring people into the crowd or people in the
Oh
stadium.
yeah, I know.
All his buddies will be there every game. They don't have to travel now.
I know,
if
dude.
we got a bite on Jarvis, they'll probably
that would be the perfect trade.
We'll get a middle goaltender like we have. We just want a cup.
But you know what's going to happen, Pearlo, is fucking Carolina's going to be like, yeah, I know we can make this deal for Jarvis, but no, if you want, we'll give you Svechnikov instead. If Winnipeg says yes, it's like fucking over.
It's going to take more than that. It's going to be like Svechnikov and Nadeau.
For sure. Yeah.
Svechnikov has a 10-team approved list. So if you ask him to be traded, he has to submit 10 teams he'd approve to. Not a chance Winnipeg's on it.
No, if it's Seth Jarvis, it's Nikishin or whatever the fuck that defenseman is.
Nikishin, yeah. Nikishin's in it for sure.
In there too. You throw Kachekov in there, and you got a Hellebuyck and a first round pick. You throw that around back to Winnipeg. First rounder, Jarvis, Nikishin, and you got it.
Nikishin, Jarvis, first rounder. I still think they need one more piece. Because Hellebuyck will bring them to.
Hey, fine. Eric Robinson.
They'll be like, who the fuck is Eric Robinson?
I don't know who's got no trade.
We want.
Here's to you, Mr. Robinson. You're going to Winnipeg. Oh, dude, it would.
Well, no, they would need a goalie back. You forgot. You'll have to trade Bussy.
That's what I said. Kachekov.
Oh, I would say trade Bussy before him because why would you need Bussy at that point? Bussy's gonna play 20 games.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
Bussy
I think it would
back.
be Bussy.
Bussy, Jarvis the first, and
Nikishin.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I want to do it. I love Hellebuyck, but I don't know if I want to get rid of Jarvis, man. I just fucking love that guy so much.
But I'd rather see Hellebuyck go to Carolina than
goaltenders are not as hard to find as the rest of the things. Like I might just say fuck it. I don't think I can do it.
Yeah, but now with Carolina, you can compete against. You have the goaltender in the East, like other than Vasilevsky. And maybe it's just Turkin. Sorokin. So there's some good goalies in the East, like elite goalies. So if you have that and they have their defensive system, like how do you score goals against Carolina at this point? How do you tell me
part of the
how
reason
do you
why
score?
you can't score goals against Carolina is Jarvis is a fucking beast, man. Like you take him off, Jarvis is way better than Aho defensively. Jarvis is better than every. He is like the he is the freaking glue that to that team that way. There's
Carolina's
nobody
not trading
close to him.
Hellebuyck. They just
I don't know if I
proved
could do it.
team-
I don't think
they
I
just
could do it.
proved to this team that they don't need a Hellebuyck, and they're not going to fuck the roster up over it.
Yeah, I just don't
Well,
think
they got their cup, so they're happy about that. You see teams like Florida in that, like you could sacrifice a Jarvis with a Hellebuck like that. You lose.
maybe
some
they
scoring in
can,
your,
but I don't see it, and I
you-
couldn't do it. I
You
can't.
lose the scoring in your lineup. You have Connor Hellebuck, who's way better. Like Bussy was good, but Anderson,
still,
like you got a
moving
goalie that's.
But
Gonna,
I don't think Carolina's going to be able to do what they were doing without Jarvis.
Yeah, that's true.
He means that much to that lineup. I don't think they're going to be able to do that without Jarvis.
Yeah.
I not as well as they did. And I know Hellebuck can make up for more of the mistakes, I guess.
Hellebuck will keep more goals off the board.
It's a luxury to have a guy back there that can stop 22 shots like that. A luxury. You don't need. That's the reason why they haven't gone out and got goaltenders before, because they know they can play a game where the team's only going to get 22 shots. It's a luxury to have an elite goaltender like that to them.
But now if you get 25 or 26, so let me put it this way: Seth Jarvis, he plays 17, 18 minutes a night. Connor Hellebuck plays 60.
Yeah, I
He's an
know.
impact player the whole time, so he can cover up those mistakes. If he's only
Jarvis
getting,
is the one player on that team that plays against elite competition consistently. Like if he's against every team's top line all the time, they put him down with Stahl and Martinook. That's like the best shutdown line in the league. One of the best shutdown lines in the league. And or they'll play him up on top, and he'll make up for Svechnikov, who doesn't do fuck all anymore. I think it's when he got injured. Like there's a lot of. It's amazing. Carolina plays really well defensively, but honestly, there's a lot of those players that aren't really that great that way.
it's the system.
It's kind of a team system thing that works.
Yeah.
But I think Jarvis is a straw. I bet you if you asked Brindamore, he'd say no way. You're not losing Jarvis. I'll bet you. Would you agree, Rico?
Yeah, I know. They don't need a number one goalie to win a cup. It's like Florida. They don't need a Hellebuck to win a cup either.
No, I agree.
Yeah.
But if you want Connor Hellebuck,
That's
Jarvis
probably
is
what
going
you're
back
gonna.
the other way.
I don't blame Winnipeg for saying you got to have that in there. Like, yeah, absolutely.
Well, it's like, how does Carolina even argue it? Oh, you can't have Seth Jarvis. He's the next Winnipeg boy after Taves. Like, no.
I think Carolina's going to say, you know what, it's a fair ask, but we can't do it.
Then you don't get Hellebuck. Yeah.
And then you don't get Hellebuck. I think at the end they might deliberate about it for a while, but Hellebuck is 33 too. He's making 8.5. Kind of goes against their whole model that they've been building for a long time, and they just won a cup like that.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think that's where they might think about it. Is they got their cup. They did 8 years of hard work to make sure they got a Stanley Cup, and it paid off. So, like, they got their cup. So all those players got the cup they wanted. So it depends longevity. It's like Jordan Stahl's starting to get older. Like he's got maybe a couple more years left in him after this. I'd say probably another couple years. So cap's going to keep going up, so you could bring in another impact player too. I don't know. It's interesting. If I read Hellebuck went to Carolina, I know Seth Jarvis came back. There's no way. There's no way they can.
Well, think about it. Who else We had the Buffalo deal for Hellebuck. You're getting Luukkonen in that deal, and
I love looking at it. I think he's a really
you
good
got to
goalie.
Buffalo's got to make some cap space to take that 8.5.
I don't know what Buffalo is doing right now. Like I know what they're trying. They're shedding the salary to try. Everybody thinks, oh, they're trying to sign Tuck. I don't think they're trying to sign Tuck. I think they're swinging for the fences. Maybe they're trying to get Jason Robertson or something. Maybe they got an inkling that it's like, yeah, he'd go there. Maybe. I don't know. They're doing something. I don't know what. But I know it's not to try and sign Alex Tuck at this point.
I doubt it. No.
Because if they didn't get him signed at this point, then you would be making those moves to. They're maneuvering to do something else. I don't know
I
what it
could
is.
definitely see them being in on Hellebuck, but it's going to take roster players to make that work,
Who?
which is what they want. I could see Quinn.
Oh,
Buffalo.
Oh yeah.
I don't know. Does Zucker have a no trade clause? It's hard to give up Zucker because he really loves playing in Buffalo.
Only Darlene has a full no trade clause. Josh Norris has a 5-team no trade list, so Winnipeg's probably not on that list.
Maybe.
He doesn't like. I don't think he wants to go out west, so I'd say a lot of West teams would be on it. Tage Thompson has a 10-team no trade list. Winnipeg's on that.
Tage Thompson.
Yeah.
There's no way.
What if Buffalo made that move to try and acquire Josh Doan's buddy from Toronto?
Nice. Yeah, I don't think that. I just heard that the whole nice thing's not happening.
Yeah, they're gonna keep him.
They're not trading.
They'd be dumb to like, but not
Unless
as dumb
it was
as
like an
Chicago.
absolute haul. Unless it's an absolute haul, like it's got to make sense, but I don't see it.
I think Chicago tried making that same deal that they did for Bowen
Yeah.
Byram.
I think so too. Mm-hmm.
If it was Nyes coming back in that same trade, then I'd be like, good job, Chicago.
It'd be interesting, man. I love it. Shit's happening by the day. When's the draft? Tomorrow night?
Friday.
Friday. Yeah, Larry, you're off too, aren't you?
Yeah. Well, we're gonna be on. I'm gonna be basically doing this. Sorry, guys, I'm not paying attention.
Larry said he's doing 24-hour coverage on the Pearlo channel of the draft leading up to it all night. He's gonna sleep in his chair. He said he's sleeping in his chair under the Pearlo copter.
Oh, you can just sleep
I'm gonna be on the Pearlocopter. I'll be way up in the sky, so nobody can. I just sit here and keep scrolling.
Hernandez will just fly you up there, and you can just hang on it. I'm paying the guy like 37 cents an hour now. He's got it like
his propeller is gonna be going like that instead of like that.
It's just we're just gonna go from city to city. We're just gonna fly in really low into the building because they're not live in Buffalo, right? I think they're still gonna be at their own city. So we're gonna fly city to city, and we're just gonna peek in the window and see if anybody's on the phone.
That's what's happening. Dude, unreal, man. Fuck. Something new's gonna happen.
Oslin, then they can sign Krebs, or they can give Krebs, but Quinn, Oslin, Mertka, Kulich, and a first. There's a whole bunch of players there for them.
Yeah, I'm excited.
For Hellebuck. Quinn, Oslin, Kulich, Mertka, and a first. That's a haul. And I think that might get them under the cap.
They would want Josh Norris. Even though he's injury prone, you'd have to convince Josh Norris to move because they need a centerman there. They need a legit centerman.
Oslin's a center, but I don't know. I don't know if Norris will do it. I don't know if he's got a fluid 5 team or whatever. I don't know.
It says 10-team no trade list. So
Yeah, is it fluid? Is it one where anytime they ask him, he can make it right there? Or is it solid where he has to do it July 1st? We never know that.
Yeah, you don't know that.
Yeah. Charlie says he bets Jarvis ends up Winnipeg. Maybe it's somewhere in his career. I don't know. I still to this day can't believe they didn't take him when Perfetti was there. I know that that he was projected by some people to be a lot of people to be lower, and I didn't understand that. I don't understand why people were projecting Perfetti higher than Jarvis at that draft. I was all over Jarvis in that draft, regardless if he was from Winnipeg. I love that guy's game. It didn't make sense to me. But that seems like our full 42. We've gone for a good 2 hours today, guys. That was pretty sweet.
Some heated battles, but it's good. I like arguing.
This is what you call heated battles. Just wait till you get me and JD on.
I like the passion.
Just wait till you get me and JD on, man. Holy shit. He just comes right out and says, "What the hell are you talking about, Pearlo?" No. Jonathan Davis is an insider. He's like an LA reporter. So he talks to the general managers and stuff. And I say, well, I disagree. And he just fucking loses it. You telling me you're not listening to what the general manager said? And I go, it's possible the general manager's not telling you everything. You're a reporter, dude.
I'm buds with Kiprios. I say, hey, you should throw out a thing there. It said Larkin prefers Dallas. Watch this guy Pearl. He'll just blow up. He'll go red in the face and get pissed.
Are you friends with Kipper?
No.
Oh, okay.
But if it was that
I did a show once for a guy called the Sports Beard, and Kipper was on there one time. He's an all right guy. You got nothing against the dude. I think he's a good guy and everything like that. I just don't think I think people take him. He says things that he thinks are going to happen, and he says it in a way like I do. Like, it's my opinion, but I say it like it's fact. Everything I say is an opinion. I'm talking out of my ass most of the time. I'm just putting the lines together, and it turns out I predict not too bad. But if I was doing an actual show, Pearlo said this, I was like, whoa, wait a second. I never said that was a fucking fact. What are you talking about? Like,
Pearlo, yeah. I think that guy said Larkin's going to like Columbus or something.
Yeah, or whatever. Yeah, like now by morning, Marchenko. Where did I say
was going? Yeah, Marchenko's going back to Detroit, and then Marchenko plus because Larkin's that good.
Yeah, or whatever. Did I say Marchenko was going?
Oh, Werenski and Marchenko. That's who was getting traded. That's right.
Yeah. So that's a fact now because I talked about the possibility. Hellebuyck's going to Buffalo by tomorrow. Pearlo said Hellebuyck's going to Buffalo.
You heard it here first.
That's what it'll be. There'll be some wake up in the morning if you were that popular and you wake up in the morning and you got a million emails going, what people are saying you said that Hellebuyck's going to Buffalo. I was like, fuck.
Might as well just get you a little wheel with all the players and the teams. So it's like, yeah, I just click the button. And then this player is going here. That's what's happening.
Yeah, it's like Joe Rogan gets that all the time that he says this or he believes this. So he's like, and I love it. Like he'll say on his show or whatever, if you're listening to me, you got rocks in your head. I bring people on here to get information and give opinions. If you think my shit's facts, you're fucking crazy, man. What are you doing?
Yeah.
I love that. Yeah, I have no degree. What the hell? I believe he owns it too. He said, I believed in we didn't go on the moon thing for a while. Like, don't fucking listen to me.
Well, Joe Rogan basically was just like a party guy, and he's just like, oh, I'm just gonna do a couple gigs. Like, I'll do a TV show. I'll do this. Do I do a podcast? Sure. And it's like, who am I gonna get on the podcast? Do you want to come on and just tell some shit? You can talk about whatever you want. I'll just sit here and go, yeah. And
he works hard because to build up his brand, but
It just takes one person when you have a podcast like that. One person, and then makes it big, and then everybody else wants to be on it. And that's what he did.
Yeah, I like him a lot. I think he's good. I like what he did, that comedy show, the comedy one that he does, the Kill Tony.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, he made that whole comedy thing in Houston. He built all of that specifically for comedians. He poured his money into it. They say it's like the best place to do stand up and stuff like that. Then Kill Tony goes through the fucking roof. It's to the moon. The guy, everything that guy touches turns to gold, man. It's crazy.
yeah.
Everything that Rico touches turns to gold. Look at this. Look at the background. This guy's got stacks, dude. He's freaking nailing picks all year long. Stack. Probably baseball stacking now, right? Hitting everything in baseball right now, dude.
Making some good money on World Cup soccer right now, too.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a lot of people betting on that. I'm like, I have no idea. I'm like,
I'm so tempted, but
everybody just tells me, it's just like, you should just bet. Just bet on France and England. Both those guys are so good. They're going to win almost every game. I'm like, yeah, but I'm not really a gambler. Like, maybe, but I'm just like, doesn't push the.
I should be betting because I know Rico knows. Do you follow guys, or do you just figure it out for yourself, Rico?
I kind of do a little bit of everything, man. I've been watching matches. I've been looking at different shit, people's opinions, like people that just do it for a living on Twitter. Find those guys that follow soccer from the deep roots to the guys' own clubs outside of the World Cup and stuff. And like, yeah, it's knowledge is at your fingertips, man. Fuck, you can type it into the machine and you can get as much information as you want.
Yep. Who do you think in the world? Who are the top two teams in the World Cup?
I took France at the beginning to win it all. Then I took a dark horse of Team Japan to make it to the final 16, and I got plus money payout on it already. So I got France to win it all. Then I got Karim Mbappe, like one of the best players in the world, to win the Golden Boot. But this fucking Messi guy isn't going away in Argentina.
You can't have a fluid no trade list. Yeah, you can.
There's JD right there. That's JD. That's Jonathan Davis right there. Can't have a fluid no trade list. Don't throw that out yet. Yeah. And same as show me the money. Don't throw that out yet. I could have got some shit information. Because if Jonathan Davis is saying it, you gotta listen.
Really? Oh. I thought you can have you can approve. Oh no, I guess he's right in a way because you can have a 10-team approved or a 10-team approved list. So if you want to get traded, they have to submit a 10-team approved. If you ask them to be traded.
If you ask to be traded, that's what I mean by that.
Yeah. Technically, you could have whatever you wanted. It's whatever the contract says at this point.
But, I mean, I think what Jonathan Davis is saying is if you ask to be traded, you don't have to give them anything because they already have your 10 team. The only reason why you would do it is if you have a no movement clause and they're asking you to give you teams anyways. Now, I was informed, possibly wrongly, that there are types where you can you can work out a contract that says you have a 10 team and you don't have to give us those teams until we ask. Jonathan Davis is saying, no, you cannot do that. So I'm looking it up right now. And he would know more than I would. So if he's saying you can't do that, it's probably right.
You know what's funny? I was reading something earlier on Bowen Byram and like the shock of the trade of people in Chicago saying, man, we got fleeced and stuff for Bowen Byram. But then somebody else said, just think that pick that they gave up for Bowen Byram is going to spend 2 years in college, another probably 2 years to develop after that in whatever, the AHL or whatever. But then that's 4 years, then Byram can just step into your top pair in Chicago, and he's still young enough to grow with that team. And you got instant Bowen Byram now and not have to wait 4 years for that pick to develop when you're trying to grow somebody on that blue line with your Blackhawks. So I kind of found that a little bit interesting too.
Like I said, the whole problem I have with it is unless he signs a $10 million by whatever July 1st, that could go completely south for them. Byram.
That'll be
It's
the
like,
interesting next step. Yeah.
because if Byram say he crapped the bed in Chicago and you're like, I don't even want to re-sign this guy. Nobody wants to trade for him. Like, I just let him walk. Now he just lost the 4th overall pick for nothing.
Yeah, that's where
Or-
we think the deal has to be in place for him already.
I hope so, yeah. Because, yeah, if you don't have a deal in place, and, like, it could work the other way, too, if you don't have a deal in place. So he has an amazing year, and then now he wants, like, 12 or 13. Then you're like, oh, boy, are we going to commit this long to this guy? Like, if... Because I don't think he'd do a bridge deal.
Yeah.
Well, he might in Chicago, actually. He might do a bridge deal.
I'm reading this now.
What?
The fluid that whoever was telling me, I can't remember who it was. Somebody that was usually really good with this stuff.
It's not chop liver, but I'm just saying, like, as the 4th overall pick, you could have got somebody way better than Byram. I think most of us could agree to that.
I'm not sure about that.
Really?
Yeah. Give me a player that somebody's going to take a flyer on a 4th line pick out there in the league.
Off the top of my head, so
No, Byram's not chopped liver. Yeah. Byram has some upside to be a number one quite a bit. I still say it can be a gamble, but if your scouts are saying this guy's about to take off and you trust your scouts, I could see it. I mean, he's not a number one right now, but I mean, he took a big jump last year and everybody's been waiting for it. So, but who else would you get?
We'd have to go through and just see if there's a guy that would be available. So I haven't really looked at defensemen that much.
Top, even guys with potential to be number ones, they're not easy to find.
And a place like Chicago too. It's not like he's going to get buried somewhere. Like, this is a major market in the States.
Yeah, like if you look down, like a lot of times when I see people saying, "Oh, is that all they got?" If you look through,
Let's go.
It's not like there's like tons of. There's only so many players in the league.
That's how a lot of the people I've been seeing, like today, once that deal went through and the initial reaction of everybody, the average fan that just saw it on the outside or whatever, now that everybody kind of took a deep breath and really took a look at that deal, seemed to be kind of okay with what Chicago's got out of it. And I think Polo's going to be okay with it too, because he was expendable.
So I got a guy that if you had the 4th overall pick and you're adding more, Nicholas Hagen in Nashville. I would say
he's nowhere near Bedard. What are you talking about?
Bedard?
No way would I trade
about?
that for Hag. Not a chance. No way. He's nowhere close to Byram. Nowhere close.
Yeah.
Even if Byram doesn't improve at all, he's still better than Hag. Fair enough. No. That's not a guy.
I don't know.
Who are you getting?
Yeah.
If you look through, you're not getting, Mintyukov maybe in Anaheim. I don't think they do that deal. Calgary, like they don't have anybody up there. Edmonton, you're not getting Bouchard. You're not getting Ekholm. Like,
I don't know. Maybe there's something to it, but I just don't like a 4th overall pick for that guy. It's just, I feel like he shouldn't cost that much.
Like I said, there's a lot of. We'll see. This is there's a lot of disagreement in this draft. And if Chicago is in the camp that I'm hearing from a lot of teams or a lot of scouts, they're saying, you know what, I don't know this number 4. You know, if you can get a Byram, go for it. You
Well,
know,
if Stenberg goes 2, then you got who do you got? Then you got Malhotra, you got Reed, you got
yeah.
Bierhoff, you got a bunch of guys to choose.
You got Reed. Reed's probably, I don't know if Vancouver. Oh no, Vancouver. It seems like they're not. So they're probably taking Reed. You got Malhotra. And that I'm hearing a Beniers. It's okay. I like him. Good, solid shutdown center. But I mean, he's probably not going to step
Vancouver
in and
pass
play.
on if Reed is at 3? Do they pass on Reed just because Malhotra's dad is the coach? And
Actually, I'm hearing they're not taking Malhotra.
if Reed's at 3, I think Vancouver takes it at a heartbeat.
I heard that they're not taking Malhotra because his dad is there.
Yeah, like it'd be it's gonna be a tough. We'll be all staring at the thing. Malhotra's at 3, and then it's a run-on defenseman.
So Buffalo's stared at.
I agree.
Malhotra. Yeah. Who's the right D there? If they take Reed, you know, maybe Verhoff. Maybe they like Verhoff's an RD, right? I bet you they take him. They love their big defenseman.
I don't know.
He's a big boy,
right? Right defense, yeah.
He's a big boy too, right?
Unless San Jose made that trade to get number 9 to hopefully get Verhoff at 9.
Wrong page. Verhoff, yeah, he's 6'4", 210 pounds. So definitely a big boy.
I think San Jose would love to take him at 9 in that Eklund deal.
Jonathan Davis is saying that Malhotra is at 3. Maybe they do end up taking him. I've just heard that they might not take him because of that.
Malhotra is definitely the best center in the draft.
Yeah, he's definitely the best center in the draft. I'm not saying he's token. I'm saying that from what the model I've heard, people I've heard, he's somewhere between a Beniers and an Eck. Somewhere around there. If he hits an Eck, fucking A. Awesome. If he hits Beniers, still good. Number 2 shutdown guy. His offense is a little bit limited. That's what I've heard. But really good, like could be a really good shutdown center.
That's exactly where the Sharks traded down. They get probably the best, one of the best, arguably maybe the best winger in the draft. Plus, they get a really good defenseman. I don't blame them for doing that because now you can take Stenberg and not have to like be pressured, and it's like.
But that D-man's probably not going to be ready for 4 or 5 years. But that might be fine. They may be just like, we need D prospects. It's not about whether they're going to play in 2 years. It's about we need D prospects.
Anything with the letter D on it in their position, San Jose needs prospects or NHL players, anything. So, yeah, they need prospects. So,
yeah.
Imagine if Bierhoff is there. Or no, not Bierhoff. Because if they're picking 9... Yeah, they're gonna get like the last defenseman in that group between Carls, Bierhoff, and Smith and Rudolph. Who's gonna be that last one?
There's another one I've heard. Rudolph has been all over the map. I've heard him as high as 5. Have you heard this too, Rico?
Mm-hmm.
Like, as high as 5 and as low as like 12 or 13. I've never heard like so much variance in all these players.
It's because they're
what
all.
About that like, Bjork kid? There's people that just absolutely love that Bjork kid. Is it Bjork? Is that how you say it? Bjork.
Bjork, yeah.
Yeah.
I think it's just all those players you can. It's just preference in the end because they're all got that same kind of ceiling. They have a high ceiling of being a number 1 defenseman or top line player. That's their high end ceiling. But then you have their low end ceiling is lower than say like a Gavin McKenna or Stenberg. So you're kind of gambling. You're just like, okay, well, I got 3 defense. Like, look at, I don't know, like, look at the Flames. They're like, okay, I could pick Bjork, or I could go if Carl's is still there, or Vierhoff. Like, you don't know what you want, like which one's gonna be the better player if you're looking for the best player. Like, you just don't know. They're all like in that same area.
A good way to do it is go.
Any, meeny, miny, mo.
Is the good way to do it is just look at the odds. Like Stenberg at number 2 is minus 700 now. It was minus 135 a couple days ago. Like he's going 2.
Yeah.
Malhotra at 3 is minus 250. So maybe they're taking the kid, the center, even though his father is there, because the odds are usually really pretty close to bang on. Then when you get down to the 4th pick, there's not a real clear favorite. Reed is sort of the favorite, but there's, well, I mean,
I think I love Chase Reed. I think he's the best defenseman in the draft, arguably.
I could
maybe
see Buffalo taking Reed there for sure. They'll just take Reed. Is he a right D? Or they could use a lefty.
He's a lefty.
I could see him just taking Reed there. And then 5, it gets shady after that. That's the Rangers, and that's you would take Carl's. So he wouldn't go to a Canadian team there. And Bjork is the favorite at 6 for Calgary. They need center.
Doesn't Chase Reed play right-handy?
Yeah. Oh no. Does he? I don't know.
Chase is a right shot.
Oh, Chase is a right shot. Okay.
Yeah, sorry. Chase is a right shot, yes.
Yeah.
Carl's is the left shot.
Carl's is a left shot. Okay. And then it looks like 7 goes to Verhoff, which is Seattle. Did Seattle trade that? No. Seattle. And then there's like gets a little. Somebody could take Schmidt. Somebody could take Verhoff. They put them in the same category.
The thing with the Kyrou trade, that puts 2 picks, pick 15 and 16 together for St. Louis. That's where they're targeting the Ruck brothers to go. I guarantee it.
I heard the Ruck brothers are going to go. One's going to go like late first, and the other one's going to go second round.
Oh, they're going together. They said
because it's going to be one team with the first and the second that takes them.
Yeah, I got to bounce, boys. I got to bring my cats to the vet in the morning. So
okay,
shut her down.
There's bitter teams out there. They would draft the other Ruck brother just to screw over another team.
Yeah. All right, I think we better finish her off here. 2-2-2, yeah. Perfect. Like that. 2-2-2. Thanks, Jonathan Davis. I didn't know if you wanted to come on. Did you message me? If you didn't, at least you came in to talk. That was great. Anybody else out there? What do we have? I see Charlie. I see Russell. I see. That's it. That's all I see. Everybody else didn't talk. But finish her up. Thanks for coming in, Larry. Do you think we're going to get this much going on tomorrow? I don't know. Do you think it's going to die off?
What's that?
The trades. It's just going to keep flying. If it is, we'll be on tomorrow night. And if you want to come on, Jonathan, just let me know in the messenger. Love to have you on.
This is far from done. There is going to be
I mean just for tomorrow. I
feel like there'll be at least another 3 big trades tomorrow.
Okay. Well, if it is, then I will be here tomorrow night because we'll keep on going as long as this news keeps on coming. Talk to you later, everybody. Thanks for coming in to Rico and Pearlo's house of Larry's Jaime's Picks Frolic. Barbecue set. You got, what is it? How many? You only got about 10 days and we got to switch it up. Then you're going to be busy, Larry, because we got to make up another one. So. Going to have to do some advertising. Take care, everybody. Hit the like button.